Hello! For the sake of my sanity, this will be a spoiler for your review of Shantae. While I do thoroughly enjoy the game, the difficulty spike is pretty high and I do not want to lose my sanity to this game. So if you are expecting any spoilers in this video, just know that there will not be any spoilers in this video. Anyways, cue the content warning, I guess. I don't know. On October 21st, 1998, the Game Boy Color was released to the public. It was an upgrade from the original Game Boy and could play Game Boy games, but in color. The Game Boy Color just sorta came and went. It lasted for a shorter lifespan than the Game Boy itself. Even then, the Game Boy lasted 10 years and couldn't even play colored games. Some of the games released at the end of the Game Boy Color's lifespan were just niche licensed games. However, one game on the Game Boy... Nah, I'm not doing it again. Instead, why don't we do something else? Shantae is a game on the Game Boy Color that was released on June 2nd, 2002. The game was developed by WayForward and published by Capcom. Unfortunately, since the game was released so late into the Game Boy Color's lifespan, it's not easy finding a good deal on a regular copy of this game. If anything, you're probably going to have to spend somewhere around $200 to $300 on this game because it's so hard to find. That is until 2013 when Shantae was re-released on the 3DS's Virtual Console, but we're not specifically talking about that version. Instead, we're looking at the Switch re-release that was released in 2021. On April 22nd, 2021, Limited Run Games and WayForward decided it would be a good idea to re-release the original Shantae game for modern platforms, starting with the Nintendo Switch and later on with a PS4 and a PS5 release on an unknown date. Looking at the development history of this game, initially it seemed like it was going to be a PC and a Super Nintendo game. However, after WayForward completed a game known as Extreme Sports for the Game Boy Color, they just used that engine for Shantae and it was greenlit, giving us the Shantae game that started it all. Unfortunately, it's rumored that this game had a single run of up to 25,000 copies in all, hence why it's probably so rare. Does Shantae still hold up today though? Let's find out as I review Shantae on the Game Boy Color that is also on the Nintendo Switch as of right now. Before I review this game, however, you can already tell you're in for a treat. The graphics in this game look extremely high quality for a Game Boy Color game. The smooth animation in this game really sets it apart from other Game Boy games at the time. The music in this game is also really nice, though it is high pitched. But I can't think of a bad song in this game, to be honest. Anyways, what about the plot of this game? I know I went on about how the game is graphically impressive and how the music in this game is extremely well made. What about the plot itself? Well, this game begins with Shantae running across a bridge as a mysterious pirate ship starts shooting cannonballs at her. The owner of the ship is Risky Boots, the self-proclaimed Queen of the Seven Seas, who leads her army known as the Tinkerbats. In this game, Risky steals an invention known as the steam engine. In addition to this, Risky also plots to steal the 4 elemental stones so that she could power the steam engine and cause chaos among Sequinland. It's up to Shantae to retrieve the steam engine and the elemental stones to stop Risky's plot. In Shantae, you obviously play as Shantae, a half-genie who can turn into various animals to help her on her quest to stop Risky from using the steam engine as a weapon of absolute destruction. I should also probably mention that this game is pretty difficult. Granted, I don't find it a problem, it's just that the limitations of the Game Boy might have gotten in the way, and that's probably why they made it so hard. Despite this, there's still a lot of flaws to this game, and I shall describe some of them in this video. Starting with the fact that there is screen crunch in this game. I mean, sure, sometimes I don't think it's a bad thing in some games. But it feels like I'm constantly having to guess if I'll land into a bottomless pit if I jump off a ledge or not. It's probably just a graphical issue, but I do at least appreciate that the sprites are bigger so I can admire the graphics a little bit more. But even then, I'd rather appreciate that more than worry about the whole screen crunch thing, since at least I'm looking at something pleasant. Here's another problem I have with this game. Remember how I said that in Shantae you get animal transformations? Well, in order to achieve this, Shantae must do certain dances in order to turn into a specific animal. Problem is that it's an absolute hassle to do. In order to even dance, you have to press the select button, or in this case the X button if we were playing on the Switch version. Shantae will proceed to do this cute little dance, and you'll have to either press the directional or A or B buttons to do a new dance move. Here's the thing though, see this little music bar at the bottom? You have to hit it at the most exact time, and if you don't do it, well, let's just say you have to do the whole thing again. And you do this every time you want to transform. And the problem is, this is very, very common in the game. On the other hand, at least it was fixed in other games where you only have to press one button to transform. My final gripe with this game is the controls. I can't tell if I was doing something wrong, but whenever I try to jump, it always feels like I'm controlling molasses more than anything. For example, there are times I try to jump over a bottomless pit, and it doesn't even register my press at all. All of these issues have been fixed over time, but they all still reside in the original game itself. Though I will say that the game does a lot of unique things. For example, this was the last Game Boy Color game to have Game Boy Advance enhanced features added to it, and the only thing you get out of it is a new dance that turns you into a Tinkerbell, which is basically a mix of the monkey, the spider, and the elephant transformation combined, so there's that. Another good thing about this game is that when you get a game over, you just don't lose all your stuff, like, you don't lose it at all. You go back to the last save point with all your stuff included. Aside from that, there's nothing really else left to say about this game. It's just a Metroidvania game that was released in 2002 on the Game Boy Color. So yeah, that's Shantae, and I know I didn't talk about the full game, and I know there's more to this game, but I have yet to experience it because I suck at the game. Does that make the game bad despite all its flaws? Honestly, not really. The game is pleasant on the eyes and I thoroughly enjoy the music in this game. My main problem comes from the difficulty curve in this game. Sure, in the Switch version there's 3 save spots for me to use in case I mess up, but that's all the Switch version adds, plus an image gallery, and that's about it. For newcomers, I genuinely don't recommend this game. It's pretty difficult and challenging, but hey, there's still some fun to be had in this game. Unless you like pain, then what is wrong with you?